they're entitled to a view.
We'll leave it there. Thank you both very much. Now, one of the complications in the Syrian conflict over the past 18 months has been the simple fact that, however inconvenient it may be to the opposition, President Assad does enjoy support from some ordinary Syrians. Along the Mediterranean coast, much of western Syria remains largely untouched by the violence. The town of Latakia is the ancestral home of the President Assad's family and his minority Alawite sect. Lise Doucet has been there.
Another day dawns along the Mediterranean. It starts slowly, peacefully here. The only fighting on this part of the Syrian coast is between friends on jet skis. Welcome to Latakia, long a place of holiday for Syrians. Now they're coming here from embattled cities in search of refuge. There's an ease on the streets here you don't find in many places anymore. I arranged to meet a group of young students from Latakia at a popular cafe. They come from Syria's many ethnic and religious groups. But there's no tension around this table. These friends call themselves one big family.
And there's nothing going on.
Listen to them. It's hard to believe war is raging about an hour's drive away.
Here's peaceful place.
It's so fantastic places, and I like my town. And
what if they say to you, Zulfikar, it's too dangerous to come to Syria?
No. You can see in the streets people chopping and playing, and nothing.
There's nothing happen. No problem here in Syria, in Latakia. Maybe like they say there is a problem like in Damascus, for example, it's not whole Damascus, like in Aleppo, one area in Aleppo, not the whole city.
But this place isn't shut off from the rest of the country.
When Syria's uprising began some 18 months ago, there were also protests here in the main square in Latakia, but they were forcefully put down. Aside from an occasional demonstration or an explosion since then, this remains one of the most peaceful areas in all of Syria. And the authorities are determined to keep it that way because this region is too important to lose.
The long shadow of the Assad family falls across this region. It's not just their political stronghold, it's their ancestral home, the heartland of their Alawite sect. Like the rest of Syria, this city is mixed, but here the Alawites are a large minority. This is the kind of demonstration they allow here. A pro-Assad rally in the city centre. It's organised by a local youth group. They call themselves the Stand Firm Volunteers.
Why do you support President Bashar al-Assad?
Because it's the president of the world, and it's very, very, very good president in the world.
But some people say he should step down, he should leave power.
The people who say that, it's terrorist.
No, we don't agree Bashar al-Assad leave. He's protect us. He is, all people like Bashar al-Assad.
But so many people have died in Syria over the past 18 months.
Because of terrorism. Because of terrorism.
That's what you often hear. They defend the president because he defends them. They brandish photographs of him and his powerful brother Maher, who commands the elite Republican Guard. In the governor's office, too, there's a photograph of President Assad and his late father Hafez on every wall. Their intelligence services keep a close eye on everything here. Governor Suleiman al-Nasser is the president's man in Latakia. I ask him about the tight security.
Security is not tight in Latakia. The situation here is normal and safe. There can be plots that would harm the security or people of Latakia, and just like in any country, the security services will intervene to protect the regime and the rule of law here.
Drive into the mountains above Latakia, This is where people are defending the regime with their lives. These are Alawite lands. These poor villagers are providing foot soldiers in the war. There's a funeral almost every day here. But there's still powerful support for Assad's rule. He's one of them. The Assads are also buried in these hills. We were given rare access to their mausoleum in the town of Kardaha, a monument to a dynasty that's dominated Syrian life for nearly half a century. From poor Alawite roots, Hafez al-Assad died in 2000 as Syria's all-powerful president. Even in death, he still looms large. His son Bashar succeeded him with talk of reform. Now it's often said he's under pressure to preserve his father's legacy, a leader who rules with an iron fist. The town of Kardaha was quiet the day we visited. Since then, there have been reports of clashes between leading Alawite families, including the Assads, variously portrayed as a feud over money, power, or the president's rule. Whatever it is, it's a measure of growing unease over the high price this community is paying in this war. This region is still regarded as the president's last redoubt. There's even been speculation it could form a breakaway Alawite state, stretching from these mountains down to the sea. But the war is already reaching some parts of this coastal region. This amateur video claims to show destruction in mountain villages up towards the Turkish border. These mainly Sunni enclaves have seen heavy fighting. Some are now controlled by rebels. Syria's war is often described as a sectarian conflict, but the regime itself is accused of playing the sectarian card, stoking fear and arming Alawites elsewhere in the country. This man wants his identity hidden. An Alawite, he's long been in opposition. Does he see it as a sectarian conflict?
Of course it's not. This is the work of the regime. From the very beginning it has been trying to create this fear among the Alawites, to make them align with the regime. But they are not going to succeed.
Latakia is regarded as an Alawite stronghold, a very strong bastion of support for President Assad. How would you describe it?
This is the impression the regime wants to convey, but I see it as the opposite completely. Because with all its efforts to make it a sectarian issue, there hasn't been a single sectarian incident against the Alawites in Latakia.
We Muslims, and we care to have the...
That's what they want to preserve here. Nuhad Abdullah, a leading academic, says diversity is to be celebrated, not feared.
This is Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Well, Jesus Christ in a house of one of the Muslim.
He bristles when I ask about his Alawite roots.
The issue is not Sunni Alawi, please, and I can assure you very, very much. Most of my friends, are mixed. I'm the grandson of 130 years of marriage between Alawi and Sunni. I'm inherited from this family, so that means we don't have that issue.
Many in this city still hold on to a Syria of old, the secular mosaic that helped define a national identity. Other parts of Syria thought they were special too. Latakia still stands apart, but its fate will rest on the war beyond.
Pleased to say. That's all from Newsnight tonight. More tomorrow. Till then, good night.